Hello Sagittarius, Sagittarius Rising, and Sagittarius Moon people. This is your weekly astrological and card forecast for the week starting December 12th, 2016. And of course, remember you guys, if you are looking for your monthly horoscopes for December, looking at all the big sweeping changes that are happening this month, they are on the main channel page under their own playlist. And of course, if you ever want to get a session with me, you can always follow the links below or go to integrativemysticism.com. So, what is going on this week, Sagittarius, as far as your astrology is concerned? Well, in the very beginning of the week, we start off with a lot of stuff that's going to last the whole week. This whole week is kind of like its own miniature story. It's like its own short story out of the year. And all of it starts in the beginning with this full moon in Gemini occurring in your 7th house of partnerships, forming a wonderful sextile to Uranus in your 5th house of love and romance. And because Uranus is retrograde, this could actually bring a pleasant surprise. This could bring a culmination moment for you and a sweetheart, especially when it comes to maybe actually trying to get something that you two have found to be impossible. I've seen this kind of angle show up in personal charts where people who did not think that they could conceive a child finally are able to conceive a child. I've seen this show up where a partner and, where two partners finally get to start a business or finally actually kind of hit a point where they can clear something out of the way in order to maybe get a home. This is a big graduation kind of moment for you and a sweetheart that could actually envelop the entire week. For those of you who are single, though, don't lose hope, don't think this is all that bad, because this full moon in the 7th does also connect to your closest one-on-one relationships, including perhaps your best friend or your business partner, and it is still connecting to that Uranus retrograde in that 5th house of love and romance. You may find out that a best friend, or again, a business partner, someone really close, somebody you're really tight with, actually does close the gap between you and a potential love interest or a new love partner this week, and we may be actually seeing them quite frequently, and they may even be close to or related to your best friend or your business partner in some fashion. We also have Saturn in your sign forming a tight connection with Jupiter, now in your 11th house of friendships and social networking. And this is talking about securing your closest one-on-one relationships and your relationships with other people in general. It's going to be a very extroverted, very social week for a lot of you. And yes, it counts as extroverted even if you're just doing it online, but you didn't know that. And with Saturn and Jupiter connected, we're talking about actually having a new group form around us. We are securing a new group, but also having an opportunity to reconnect with an old friend, somebody that we may have lost touch with. Maybe, we moved away, maybe they moved away. This is also a chance to maybe even have a reunion that is not just a momentary one, but something that could go on for a long time. Saturn also wants to secure relationships that have been tense, or relationships with friends that maybe even had a falling out that weren't meant to fall away. And so even those ones may be coming back into our life to stay as well. So what is going on with your cards this week, Sagittarius? Well, for your spiritual advice, we do have the card of the Solitary. Now the Solitary can be a card that talks about, taking care of yourself means sometimes we're just not taking sides, okay? And sometimes with the card of the Solitary, it also means making your own decisions without constantly looking to other people for their opinions, all right? Because the Solitary, in this case, is talking about a dedication to making sure that you're looking at everything, with the most objective eyes, but also at the same time getting away from trying to please other people simply by doing what you think they would agree with. And these pressures come up a lot. They come up, again, in social groups. They come up, we can even be peer pressured by our romantic partner, or even our family members. And so this week's going to be all about being able to stand up for ourselves by standing up to peer pressure in some way. So it's important to, again, stand your ground, but also at the same time realize, people should not take it so personally if you don't agree with them. We can still get along even if we disagree. It's not the end of the world. For your Earth sector, when it comes to your work and finances, we do have the Two of Pentacles upright. Looks like we might be juggling 2 jobs at once this week, whether it's 2 job opportunities being tossed our way, or literally 2 positions that we're doing at the office. And the Two of Pentacles is saying it's getting crazy busy. Alright, now the nice thing is with the Two of Pentacles, there's always a handsome amount of compensation, so a lot of you could be actually pulling in a lot of extra money. But also with the Two of Pentacles, our schedule, our availability is going to get booked up very, very quick this week. And so I don't want you to think that you can make a bunch of promises early on that you won't be able to keep, whether it's professionally or in a personal sense. The Two of Pentacles can talk a lot about a need to pay attention to where a lot of one person or a lot of one project is taking up more time than it should this week, and that could also be costing us money as well, whether it's a coworker or even a customer eating up all the time in the world that we have. We're going to have to keep an eye on it because that could turn some other people off. Gotta make room for everyone. Balance it for everyone. For your communications with air when it comes to your friends, your relatives, and the others in your life, we do have the Five of Swords upright. And I think that usually when we see this card, there is going to be a fight. Okay? Unfortunately, there is. There's going to be a fight. There's going to be an argument. It happens. And with this card, it does look like somebody is taking something they shouldn't take personally, way too personally. Now, I've seen this card show up where a person has no business treating a choice that you make like a personal attack. This might be, I can't believe he's hanging out with that person, or I can't believe she forgave her, and that kind of thing, because we have somebody deciding that their ego is very much invested in you kind of doing what they say, acting like they are right. And I feel like this week you're just not going to be able to live up to that expectation, and you shouldn't. Now, the ball is in their court, whether or not they can actually just kind of, man up or woman up and live with it. But I think that if you end up getting into a fight or argument with this person, you do have to make the point that, if this is about them feeling like they're special because the people agree with them, they need to find another way to feel special. I can be a bitch. So, what's going on with your challenge this week with fire? Well, we do have the King of Swords upright when it comes to your challenge. So this could be the person we're getting into a fight with, honestly. Because the King of Swords as a challenge can be somebody who does have a tendency to think my way or the highway. You're either with me or against me. There is no in-between. I don't think in color, I think in black and white, especially in a challenged aspect. Most likely an air sign, an Aquarius, a Gemini, or a Libra, somebody with those traits. Could just as easily be female, but, I am holding a king, so I will say a he. And usually, again, with the King of Swords as a challenge, we're seeing somebody who is not willing to deviate from what they have, from the truth of the conclusion that they have already arrived at. This is a person who's not necessarily willing to reason or dialogue, and this may actually even be somebody who is afraid to have somebody change their mind. And when you're dealing with somebody who is afraid to learn in that way, again, it's a fight we can't win, even though we won't lose either. Okay, so if you're not losing and you're not winning, then you might as well walk away and just save the time. For your emotions with water and your romantic life, we do have the Hangman, inverted. This can actually be a really good card for those of you who've been waiting for somebody to get off the damn fence. And this could be with a crush, this could be with somebody that we liked, somebody we've been seeing, if they've been kind of maybe spending too much time hemming and hawing on whether or not they are available for, say, a long-term relationship, or maybe we're already in a relationship, but, we're trying to wait for our partner to kind of stop hemming and hawing about some other commitment we have to make. Whether it's holiday plans, whether it's a move, whether it's travel. Seems like somebody in this relationship has been sort of procrastinating for too long. They won't say yes, they won't say no, and they won't even bother to, again, dialogue about the situation. Luckily with the Hangman inverted, we do finally have them giving you something you can work with. Yes or no, at least we're moving forward from here, and they are coming off the fence. So that is your forecast, Sagittarius. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like, share, and subscribe. I appreciate it. And of course, if you'd like to get a session, you can always follow the links below, or go to integrativemysticism.com.